our local artists, and especially on our arts segment. Today we are joined by Mupesewa, who is a gospel musician artist. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Zimbabwe.
Good morning. Thank you.
You're looking great. I love the outfit.
Thank you. I'm trying to match your guys' standards. You guys look beautiful, by the
way. That's really nice. So let's get into your musical journey, or maybe before we get into your music, who is Mupesewa? If somebody was to walk up to you and say, "Can you tell me about yourself?" What would you tell them?
Man, that's a huge question. But in short, I would say I'm a child of God. I grew up at an orphanage in the Doma area here in Zimbabwe because I got orphaned at an early age. But that actually pushed me to do more for the Lord because I knew that God is my father, He is my mother, and He has just done that. It's been great in my life. So yeah, after that, grew up, went to school, Bible college, graduated, and I could do nothing else with my life but to offer it back to God. So I decided to become an evangelist, a preacher through music and preaching on stage.
So if we were to make an assumption that your musical career was greatly affected by your personal life, or if we were to say your personal life was inspiration to where you are as a gospel musician, would you say that's an accurate assumption?
I would say yes, because I would not be where I am today without the testimonies and the way that God has worked in the past in my life to bring me to where I am today.
So getting back into the nitty-gritties of how it all started, when was the moment that you say you were certain that you have a singing gift, and how did that come about?
So it all started in the church. Singing in the church in the praise and worship, and I had my friend who inspired me there in Doma, Alec, and he did music. So I started just helping him out, and as he was singing, sometimes I'll get a little bit of time to just get on stage and sing. And when you sing, sometimes you begin to hear compliments from people.
Yeah, that's true.
And before you know it, there's a letter, you're being invited to a church launch, you're being invited to a wedding, you're being invited to like a conference. So you're like, oh, wow, people are really appreciating this. So God is doing something in my life with this. So I think that was the moment.
That's always like the making moment when you get affirmation, especially from people around you, just giving you positive feedback to say, we are loving your music. So how did you get into gospel, and how has it been for you so far, being a gospel musician, and especially in Zimbabwe?
So first of all, I'm a huge fan of Zimbabwe. I love my country. Even when I travel, go outside the country, I always miss home. So when I see my talents that God has given me, I look at them and say, hey, I could use this. Yes, of course, in other countries that I travel, but I'm not going to let my people not know the truth or not share part of what they have helped me become. So I was like, I'm going to do gospel music because first of all, I want to share the love of Christ with my people because I love this country so much. I love my people so much. So I was like, I'm gonna give this back to my country. I owe it to my country.
Wow. The song that's currently our backtrack right now is sung in Shona. Was that intentional?
Yes, so actually most of my songs are in Shona. I can sing English music, but the main thing I sing Shona is because for the meantime I'm singing predominantly for the Zimbabwean culture. I would love to add in some Ndebele there and some other languages in Zimbabwe, but I really want the message of the cross of Jesus Christ to get across to my people because that's the whole reason why I'm singing. So that's why it's in Shona.
Giving it back to the people it is. Any projects that we can look forward to as your fans, your listeners?
Yes, this year I do have dreams, and I am praying that God provide these opportunities to launch another album, as well as more videos. The generation we are living in right now, visuals are way to go. So funds permitting and opportunities permitting, I'm going to do more videos. The one that is actually playing on the background, we just did this 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
And
so
there's more to
relatively
come.
new.
Yes, it is. It is.
Where do your fans find you? Social media?
Yes, so on YouTube you can find me as Evangelist Mupesewa. You can also find me on Facebook as Mupesewa.
Wow, it's been such a pleasure hosting you on Good Morning Zimbabwe. We hope to host you again with your future projects, and of course, we wish you all the best in your musical career.
Thank you very much.
Right. So that was Mupesewa joining us right here live on Good Morning Zimbabwe. You can find him on all social media platforms, just like he reiterated. Let's support local music. Let's support our local talent in the country. For now, we get to take a look at one of his musical videos. Enjoy. The quality of that video is really commendable. That was Mupesewa joining us in studio. Jeffrey, your thoughts?
I love the way he expresses himself, and I love the way he sings his music. It's got a modern retro feel, so you can tell that he's a musician who's gone through different generations of music, and I think it can only start from here, and the best is yet to come. So I was really glad to have him in studio. He's quite an amazing guy to have, but also amazing things that are amazing that are happening in the world of sport. Coming up next on Sport and Good Morning Zimbabwe.